Scorpio, this is going to be a general reading for your sign between the week of the 5th to the 11th of January. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. My readings are also timeless, so if you stumble across one of my readings and it's not in the time frame stated in the title, it means it's for your next 7 days starting from tomorrow. So let's begin. I'm seeing a lock and a key. And a rose behind the lock and the key. It's a rose that's been chained up. It looks like it's an abandoned. It's a red rose, and it's got a chain around it, and it's locked up behind this lock. And you're finding this key here. And the place it looks like is like almost like an abandoned greenhouse or something like that. Like no one's been in this place for a very, very long time. But there's only one thing alive in this place, and there's this beautiful rose. It's this very vivid. It's like pinkish actually. It's like a pinkish red. And it's just there in the middle, and it's just like kind of the chains are not around the thingy. It's like the rose itself has an aura, like a tube around it, and the chain is going around this kind of tube, but it's wrapped around the rose. You're connecting to a part of yourself that was lost through time, through perhaps problems and situations where you were in conflicts with people, where just conflicts in general have caused you to lose touch and lose your connection to this side of yourself. This is a very gentle side of yourself. I'm seeing like the rose petals. They're like very gentle, they're very soft, very vulnerable. But the rose also does have its thorns. And both of which have been locked up. Like, and the thorns are not like normal thorns, they're like really jagged, sharp thorns. This is in regards to love. How you view love, how you treat love, how you experience love. You forced yourself to see love from a different narrative, a different viewpoint. And so this rose that was inside of you, this flower of love, of just the way that by it blooming, it's almost it's like you blooming at the same time. Like you've always known this, and this is why you feel incomplete in relationships, where you go through one relationship to the next, and you feel like a deep sense of like you're not able to feel fulfilled. Like you're not. It's like you're trying to grow it's like you're trying to reach for the stars or something like that. You should listen to that song and reach for the stars. Or something. It's S Club 7. It's a relevant song for you at this time. Where you're like trying to reach the stars in some kind of way. When you get into relationships, you're trying to you're trying to feel a certain way, like you feel like you're gonna grow if you feel a certain way within a relationship. So you look for relationships that make you feel that kind of certain way, and so you've been looking for the solution from outside of you, but the solution has always been inside of you. But you've just locked that away because of conflicts and things that you were going through, just in life in general. People that you know, frenemies. I'm seeing frenemies, people that hated you, people that are jealous of you, like throughout time, throughout your life. And the conflicts you have been in have been very uneasy, unsettling in terms of they were very confrontational. And so you had a lot of confrontations wherever you are with people. and that made you change your narrative on how you view people, how you view love, how you view yourself. You change your mindset to be someone. I'm hearing the word bully. Like you change yourself to be like a bully so that you can protect yourself from harm. But it's actually damaged you by you not being able to fully connect to all the parts of yourself. So you've been over the years searching for these parts that you locked away when you were younger, when you were in your teenage years. Yeah, teenage years. It went up to your teenage years. After your teenage years, you started trying to find what you've been looking for. And I'm seeing teenage is not up to 20, but up to like 15 or 16, because you feel like you grew up too fast. You grew up too fast, and you have grown up too fast. You had to take a lot of shoulder a lot of responsibility in life in general, and you had like many duties that you had to do, and so you grew up fast. So your teenage lasted until you were like 15 or 16. And so this you're finding the key here. You're getting the key. You're not finding it. You're getting the key. The universe is quite literally handing you the key here this week. I'm seeing like a key, a golden key, and it had like a heart-shaped top. Like it was all gold. And the padlock is like a circular one. It's a circular padlock where it goes around like that, and there's the padlock there, which is also in the shape of a heart. Says I'm getting like really nostalgic sort of vibes, like a 90s themed. Maybe you're born in the 90s themed greenhouse, like a really old greenhouse is what I'm seeing, and it's like in a mansion. That's what it looks like to me. It's like a very fancy building, like a architect, like in terms of architecture, like it's quite a but I can't see the outside of the building. I can just see this room, and there's light that's poking in from there's like little windows about, and there's stone walls as well, but there's holes in the place basically in the ceilings and in the walls, and little windows. You've forgotten this side of yourself. It's like you're gonna be reintroduced to you. You're being reintroduced to yourself here about who you are. You've let adult things like the adult life mold you into being someone that you're not. You've let adult problems. I'm seeing that cartoon. What was it? Code name Kids Next Door. It's quite relevant for you, whoever you are. And you used to watch it when you were younger and used to really like it. And it's kind of, if you haven't seen it, I would check it out. But I'm seeing this as very relevant for you. In that cartoon, there's like the kids, and then there's the adults, and the adults are like the villains, and the way that they behave and they treat the kids. I mean, to a certain extent, I mean, not to a certain extent, I think to a great extent, that's quite real in our reality, actually, because, children, adults puts children through, a lot of trauma, and then they turn out to be villains, and then they put their children through trauma, and it's a never-ending cycle of trauma. And so the kids in that show, they try to stay as kids and not turn into adults, because then once you turn into an adult, you lose yourself basically. And it's very wise actually for your age. I understood it really well when I was young as well, but um, I'm seeing that I'm seeing number one being significant for you in your life. Like maybe you've been trying to be like number one. Number one is the main character, I guess, in the story. But like you've kind of let adult duties, adult things mold you, and you've forgotten about who you actually are. Like you've really, really lost touch of your own identity. and your current identity of who you think you are in terms of love, not in terms of generally how you go about through the world, but it does affect you in such a great way that you don't realize it. But it's in particularly in love, and it's your connection to love. You're like this beautiful rose, is what I'm seeing. Your energy, like you bring beauty into places that are derelict or that are abandoned, or and this is in regards to environments. Like you're like a breath of, no, I wouldn't say a breath. You're like a beauty to behold, like in environments, whether you're male or female, genders are irrelevant, but like whatever environments you are in, you stick out like this rose, like you stick out, but you're not able to connect to this identity of yours fully. Like the way people see you, you don't understand why people see you a certain way when you're a different type of way, because people see you for who you are, and you're not able to connect to who you actually are. It's like, say you're, like, the best way I can put it, the best analogy I can give is like, say you're doing something, say you're standing there and your body's moving on its own. You're just looking somewhere, you're not realizing that your body's moving on your own, and there's someone from the outside that's looking at you and saying, what the hell is this person doing with their body, and you're not noticing, because obviously you're in first person, you're not able to see. I mean, obviously you can feel your body's moving, but I'm saying in this situation, if you weren't able to feel your body, and your body's moving, basically that's what's going on. That's why you're not able to notice why, like, you're not connected to your this part of you anymore. Like, you've lost connection of it, you've chained it up, you've locked the door because of conflicts and hurts. I'm seeing, as you set it free, the rose is gonna transform into like a white rose, and it's not a white rose, it's a white flower. I'm not sure what it is. It looks very similar to a rose, and it's got like a golden, like I don't know what this called, the thing in the middle, the pollen thingy, but it's got a golden one going up like this. It's like it got a golden one. Maybe if you know what it is, put it in the comments. But it's like the middle part goes up like this and it's golden. Like it's like looks almost like a teardrop, a reverse teardrop or something like that. Um, Teardrop rose, is that a thing? I don't know if that's the name I'm hearing, but it's a teardrop rose, a white teardrop rose. I don't know if that's an actual thing, but that's the name I'm hearing. It could be just for you, but it's a teardrop rose. Um, and it's got like this glimmering, like little, it's like got like little, like almost like glitter almost around it, like golden little bits of glitter around it, like on the top, like in the air, almost like specks of energy around the rose. And you're going to be transforming it. And the bulb in the middle, that's it, that's the bulb. The bulb's not that thick, it's not thick, it's quite thin, and it goes up. Like it converges and goes up like this, and it goes into a teardrop. I don't know what it's called, maybe it is a teardrop rose. There's so many names with flowers, I don't know. I was trying to find one for another reading I did, and I was like, what's the bloody name? There's so many, honestly. I find flowers very fascinating anyway. Um, I mean, I used to garden. I guess maybe you garden as well. You like to garden. Um, I grew like chilies, and I used to make chili jam. Um, Almost grew some bud as well when I used to smoke. That was quite funny. Um, but maybe you enjoy watching things grow. You're someone that you enjoy growing things, helping things grow, and seeing the results that come from whatever you help grow, whether it's a good thing or bad thing. There's no correct and there's no incorrect way of living. You know, it's all up to us, like the way we want to live, and you kind of understand that. I see that you understand that to great detail. That the choices we make is basically our reality, and what we believe in is our reality. And so you have a great understanding of things, but you just always looking for the answer on the outside. I'm hearing you're too scared to look on the inside because you're scared of going back into old habits, going back into old personalities, going back into old ways of existing. But these are things that you need to heal and you need to get through. You have to, in order for your life to change for the better. If you keep ignoring it, it's just the shadows of these situations are just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger to a point where they become undeniable. Believe me, they will become undeniable at some point, and they will be a lot stronger then than they are now. But by you facing and challenging and going through these obstacles, as uncomfortable as it may feel, you will no longer be having that part attached to you where you have that fear of doing a certain thing and some sort of negative outcome happening because of either your behavior or your mindset or something that you're doing that's gonna put you back into old way of being. By you going through it and healing it, you completely remove it from your life so that you can continue to grow and have more space within your being to attract more of what you want rather than what you don't want. So these things are taking space up in your being, but you don't realize this. That's the thing. You don't realize it, but you're gonna realize it here this week. What's going on, and the universe is gonna give you the key. I'm hearing a breakup. You're having a breakup before the week begins, or is it during the week? It's during the week. You're having a breakup here during the week so you're in a relationship, or I'm hearing this is a situationship or something that you started off as friends and you're trying to take it to the next level, and then before it can get there, or you're in the talking stages, and before it can get anywhere, they're going cold turkey, or they're doing, they're not responding, they're ghosting you or something like that, and this is going to trigger this healing within you. And I'm seeing this on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, this is going to happen, where you're going to have this kind of feeling, and it's going to trigger this because you're going to question yourself and say, what the hell did I do wrong? I don't know what's going on here. Like, you really like this person, whoever they are. Again, gender's irrelevant here, but you really like this person, and they just going cold turkey, or they're ghosting you or something, and you're like, what the hell did I do? Did I do something wrong? And by you questioning yourself, you going on this sort of investigation, you're turning into like this detective and figuring out, what's going on here with you. You're figuring out what's going on here with you. It's very important for you, actually, because you haven't had a proper relationship that you desire. I mean, you've had a proper relationship, but not the type that you desire from relationships. Like the type of relationship you desire, you've not been attracting that particular one because you've been in this energy of, rejecting your own love. You've locked away your own love, should I say, and forgotten that you've locked it away because of how you were hurt in the past. Through conflicts, whatever conflicts there may be. Like, you'd have nothing to worry about in life in general at this time. I see the universe is really safeguarding, use the word that they're telling me. Safeguarding is the universe telling me, and your spirit guides, that they're safeguarding you at this time from harm, from challenges that you may be encountering, and helping you find a solution. I'm seeing this like it's kind of like a detective group. The best one I can think of is like the Scooby-Doo gang. The three, Wilma, I've forgotten their names, Fred and who's the other one? Betty? I don't know. Anyway, the three of them, that they usually fit. Shaggy and Scooby are always off doing their own thing, but those three always, they talk amongst themselves and they figure out, who is the villain, who is the one, and they're able to figure it all out amongst those three themselves. And it's kind of like that here with you. You're one, and the universe and your spirit guides, and you're figuring out, they're helping you figure out the answers to things, the answers to the questions you're looking for. I'm seeing that there's some goddesses around you as well. Yeah, some goddesses around you. I'm hearing Hecate is around you. Some goddesses around you, and they're helping you feel nurtured and feel loved, and reminding you to love yourself first and to put yourself first in situations. I'm being called to tell you as well that you should get rhodonite. I put it on my page or here on TikTok. If you haven't checked my TikTok out, I put it on TikTok, and it's basically a crystal for healing, and it's a very great crystal, not just for healing but for grounding at the same time. It's connected to the goddess Aphrodite, and it's a very powerful crystal. People don't realize. And you should definitely get it. I would recommend you get it in the form. Check out. I've put like a little post up about it if you want to check out my TikTok, because this is going both on TikTok and YouTube. So anyway, let's jump into the reading and see what else is going on for you here this week. It's going to be quite an enlightening week for you, of you figuring out. It's like, the best way I can describe it is this feeling. It's because I not to this degree, but it's like in similar, I guess. It's an analogy, the best way I can put it. So it's like when you go through so much trauma, you start to live in a way where it's very automatic. You don't realize that you're living in an automatic way, that you're in survival mode. You don't realize it until you get out of it. And sometimes, depending on the severity of the trauma, you can be in survival mode, or that mode, for a very, very long time, not realizing what choices you're making, why you're making choices, but you're just going along with choices because that's what everybody else is doing. And so that's the survival mode. You're making choices because everybody else is making choices. You're not making choices from your own mind, your heart, your intuition or whatever. And in this situation, it's similar to you, because it's like you've been in this mode of trying to protect yourself, protect your love, your heart from danger. Your romantic heart is what I'd like to say, from danger, from being hurt by people. So you locked it away so that you could take on this little moniker of being like a bully, and then show your true self to the people that you care about. However, what's happened is, within your life, you've ended up having a lot of people that have just been your frenemies and enemies, and people, like, you try to get close to people, but you find it very difficult to get close to people, so you've not been able to show them the true side of you. So what's ended up happening is that part has been stayed locked away, and you've forgotten that it's been locked away because you've been so busy defending, protecting yourself from people, and trying to move in ways, because you were moving in ways before that were not in alignment to who you actually are, but you didn't know about this back then. And so you were in this stage of like pushing this side of you further and further away, and it got to a point where you forgot about it. And you've been in this mode for a very long time, and it's now that you've been healing. I'm seeing you've been healing yourself in 6 months, for the last 6 months at least. You've been healing yourself, and as you've been doing so, you're starting to bring that part of you closer and closer and closer. It's still locked, but you're bringing it closer, and you're noticing, oh, like, hold on, that part was missing. What's going on here? I remember this, like you might have been saying that recently in regards to some situations. I remember I used to like this, or I remember I used to feel like this, and this is what it is, because you're healing. So you're actually you've been purging and removing what's not you, and you've been bringing to yourself what is you, your true identity. You've been bringing it back to you by making space for it to come back in. Like, you've been just removing the things that no longer feel in alignment, habits, ideas, behaviors, even personalities is what I'm hearing. Like, you're removing it. You've been removing it. You've been removing all of these things so that you can be free to receive yourself, receive your own soul, and not live in a way that's programmed by other people, that's influenced by other people, that's been told to live this way by other people. Interesting. Okay, so your current energy is, or your current situation, should I say, is you've been feeling very happy, very grateful, feeling very successful, and this is in regards to you moving forward and you going into the unknown parts of your life. You're feeling very happy the way you're going with life, the way you're doing things. You're very determined. You know, you're using your willpower to move you through the challenges that you're encountering. I don't see there's much challenges for you before the week begins, but you're just moving forwards within your life into the unknown very fast. And you know, the chariot, he finds the chariot on the side of the road, and it's like, it's a very regal plush chariot. It's very fancy, and he's like, it must be for me to find because it's in perfect condition where everything works perfectly. I mean, there's armor on it, and he wears the armor, and the armor represents the future and what's possible. And so, you know, there's above him is this canopy of stars, which basically is a representation of his connection to the spiritual realm. And so, you know, he moves forward very quickly. He figures out how to move the chariot is through his heart. The stronger your heart is, the stronger your willpower is. This chariot has no reins, so there's no way of physically controlling it. The way you control it is with your heart, and then that's how you move forward. And that's what you've been doing. You've been following your heart, moving forwards, and really leaning into your heart and what your heart is guiding you to do, rather than your five senses or your brain, because the five senses and the brain is connected to the matrix, and it's very easily influenced by things in physical, that are physical, very easily. So the heart is something that cannot be messed around with. So the heart is basically what you've been leading with. Maybe you've watched me say it before, but the heart is always true. The heart can never be wrong. And because of this, you've been following this and going forward. And because of this, like, you've been feeling very happy, very successful, feeling a wealth of energy, a wealth of positivity, that things are gonna be much better the more you travel forward. And you feeling very grateful that you've come to this point within your life, that you now understand a lot more about yourself than you have previously. And because of this, you're feeling this kind of divine love with the universe, with yourself, with your life path, and you feel like you don't have to worry about a situation, and you know you don't have to worry about things, the particular of things of like what you're going through. You understand that you're going through lessons, and you're going through karma, and you're going through things in general that where you need to, but you're going to be looked out for in between and in those situations also, as you're going through them. Some of them may be uncomfortable, some of them may be comfortable, but you're going through situations nonetheless, and you're trusting the universe, trusting in your spirit guide that you are going in the right direction and that you are safe from harm. And this is leading you to be planning to invest in situations, planning to invest in stuff where you're trying to make something grow within your life right at this time. This is clarifying the Ten of Cups. So this is like, because of this happiness that you're experiencing, this sort of blissed out, harmonious energy, divine love, is allowing you to plan for the future, plan for your next moves, as well as invest in them. You understand you're going to have to persevere and grow, persevere to grow, sorry. But you will see growth nonetheless. However, here in the Seven of Pentacles, you know, he's looking at a shrubbery trying to say, you know, why hasn't it grown as much as I would like it to? And this is within your life in general. So the universe is giving you this energy coming in here, and in the Seven of Pentacles, you know, the two girls come to save him, and they plant their pentacles, two pentacles, into the soil, which represents here, you know, balance and harmony coming in here for you, decisions coming in here for you. This is what why the universe is giving you this kind of divine love, or why you're feeling this divine love, is because the universe is kind of pushing you to make decisions within your life here, to keep moving forward. So when you add the 2 to the 7, you get the 9 of Pentacles, which is, you know, a card of luxury, abundance, independence, pleasure from life in general, which is basically the outcome of what you were expecting from the 7 of Pentacles. So plan wherever you're planning, and do invest in whatever you're thinking of doing. This is something new that you haven't done before. this is something new, and you're thinking about it, thinking that it's going to be very lucrative. And I'm seeing this as an opportunity. You see it as an opportunity or a gift you've received, a gift of understanding of what this is, and you're feeling that it's going to be very abundant. You're very enthusiastic. You already know about what this is. You're enthusiastic about pursuing this idea. And do it. It's going to be very successful. Like I say, you're going to get to enjoy a life of luxury, a life of pleasure, be very financially independent and very abundant in general. So as you're in this energy of the Seven of Pentacles, you're going through healing at the same time. So it's like you're at a threshold now where the universe is healing you and moving you along, ferrying you along. You can see this is the universe ferrying you along to transition to a new place within your life, within a new place spiritually, in your energy. So you're moving, upgrading yourself here. Your energy's upgrading, going for an upgrade. The universe is upgrading you at this time because you're ready for an upgrade. I feel like you've gone through quite a few challenges recently. Like I'm terrible with memory work, honestly. So I do feel like you've been going through like quite a bit, like recently, like in the last few months, in regards to yourself. I think all the signs have been going through a lot of challenges in the last few months, and heavy challenges, but it's pushed us all to be very much so connected to our integrity, connected to who we are, and you're being transitioned at this time so that you can heal, the past, heal that part of you that's again is coming into the week to help you heal that part of you that needs to be reconnected. So it's like as you're healing, that part of you is coming closer and closer and closer. I'm seeing it like as a room that gets far away. You know this sort of analogy where they say where you're trying to run after something and it keeps moving further and further away. In this situation, you're standing still and you're healing, and the thing is, and this door with the lock and the lock and the rose behind it is coming closer and closer, and then you're noticing it. So you're going through this healing. You're going to see a lot of personal growth here at the other side of this healing. You're going to recognize that you're going through a healing actually very deeply, that things are changing for the better, and you are evolving here. And you're going to see a lot of release here of the past, release of the past hurt that you've been experiencing coming up to this point. Stepping into the week, this week is going to be a week of pause for you. So your theme for the week is this Hangman. So this week is going to be a week of a pause for you. And the reason why you're going through this pause is so you can gain this new perspective, this enlightenment. Like I was saying, enlightenment about this part of you that's been lost, the part of you that you sacrificed, the part of you that you surrendered, which has left you very stagnant. It's left you in this position of being upside down. It's actually this way, the card, but it comes up as this way. But it's this way. So, the fool, he's walking along and he gets his foot trapped in, which is quite interesting actually, because it's actually this way, but the card shows up like this, right? And it's similar to you, how you view love. Like your love life is actually like this, like it's gone upside down, but you show up like this, which is very interesting to me. But you're gaining this sort of clarity here about the fact that you sacrificed this part of yourself, that you surrendered this part of yourself, and that's left you stagnant because it hasn't allowed you to grow. And I was saying the fool is walking along and he gets his foot caught in a vine, and the vine captures his leg and he gets turned upside down. Rather than fighting it, he decides to just chill out there. He's got his arms behind his head and his leg behind his other leg. He's chilling out, and he does this so he can see the world from us upside down point of view. So he can gain a different perspective on things. And so this week is going to be a pause for you within your life. You're going to feel like everything's at a standstill within your life, so that it's like the best way I can describe it is like things around you are very slow, but your internal world is moving very fast. Like things within you, your mindset, your way you're thinking, your emotions, like your own intuition. I see you doing some travel into the astral realms. You're traveling into different realms. And there's a lot of energy work going on, but around you physically, life's very slow. People are very slow. Like you're going to notice this during this week. So jumping into the week between Monday and Wednesday, we have the sun. So you're going to be feeling very happy here. You're going to feel a lot of joy, delight, warmth, positive energy, youthful exuberance. You're going to see feathers here between Monday and Wednesday as a confirmation of what's going on. And what's going on is you are gaining some kind of money here, some kind of, it's going to feel a significant amount of money that's coming in here for you, that's you're going to be very grateful for, that you're going to be very happy with. You know, and it's going to be successful in removing you from material trouble. So you have some kind of material troubles at this time where you feel maybe you're going through poverty, perhaps you're worried about finances in general. You've been feeling isolated, like isolated from finances, not sure what the hell is going on within your life, but you're going through this energy because it's time for you to be removed from feeling a lack, going through poverty. Like you've gone through this, I'm seeing a lesson, you've gone through this cycle and you've completed it successfully. You're now being removed from your physical situation, and so you're having an ending here, an ending. So it's a very powerful ending of ending the pain that you've been going through, ending this feeling that you feel betrayed, like you're in situations and you're not able to financially look after yourself, and so you're having an ending here in regards to you being in material trouble, and the universe is blessing you here with some sort of finances that's going to feel like wealth. It's going to be quite significant amount of money, whatever you feel called to do. I feel like it's going to come in for you. This money's just going to come in for you in some kind of way. You don't need to do anything to get this money. It's coming to you. It's going to make itself apparent to you when it comes in. You don't have to take any action towards it. It's coming in for you because you've successfully completed the last cycle, and you're now being physically removed from. I can't remember what your last week or the week before is, but it seems you've been going through some kind of material trouble, and you're now being removed. You're getting a significant amount of money here that's going to remove you from. You're having an ending here, basically, within your finances of going through poverty. In whatever way that is for you, poverty and worrying about finances, feeling at a loss in regards to finances. So that's what's happening here for you. Between Wednesday and Friday, you're in this energy of feeling very apathetic, really bored, dissatisfied with life. You're like contemplating what the hell you can do, what you can do with your life to level yourself up and move into a different direction. And clarifying this, we have the Three of Wands. So it's kind of like you see the progress you made, you believe in yourself, like you know you need to travel and expand yourself, but this is making you feel very apathetic. Like in the Three of Wands, he's at the edge of a place where it's like a golden land. It's very abundant in front of him, and where he is half dead, half alive, and so he just needs to step out basically into this new place. And the Three of Wands is also he goes on this journey of like learning how to create wands and imbue them with magic, and so he goes on this journey and trying to figure all of this out. He's not afraid to travel away from his hometown. He ends up traveling land and sea all over the world to learn how to make a wand, basically, that's imbued with magic. And he has very good intentions. He wants to be the first good wizard. He wants his wands to be used for healing. He wants his wands to be used for helping people. And so he's like the first of his kind. And he ends up traveling, and the Three of Wands is the marking of that end of traveling. And so in your situation, the Three of Wands and this progress is basically you getting to know yourself on a deeper level. Like I said, like over the last 6 months, you've been really healing yourself, purging identities, ideas, beliefs that are not actually yours, that have been implanted in you, that you've been told to be, that you've been forced to be by other people, by environments, by society. Like you've been removing a lot of things that you thought were your identity, and you're coming to realize that has never had things have, like the way you thought about things have never had a connection to who you actually are. But this is making you feel very apathetic and bored, and you're like, you're quite tired at this time is what I'm feeling. Like you're quite tired of feeling pain, feeling like not where you want to be. There's a pain within you that you're not where you want to be within life, and you're feeling this deeply, and you're like, I don't want to keep moving forwards. And it's like the universe is trying to bring you this cup here. It's trying to give you this love, trying to give you trying to purify you, trying to give you this fulfillment by saying you need to continue on your journey, keep moving on your journey. Don't just sit here by the tree, don't just sit there where you are. And the tree represents comfortability, like you get rest when you sit by next to a tree. Like, I don't know if you've ever sat, you probably have, but when you sit by a tree and you lean on it, it's basically what I'm seeing here. He's not leaning on it actually, but he's near it. But I'm seeing you leaning on it and just like resting there, basically. So the universe is saying to you, don't try to get comfortable at this time. The only consistent thing that happens in everybody's life, including mine, is change. We all go through change. It's just the nature of the human existence. This is why we all come here, actually. And we come here, we incarnate here to experience this human existence, of change, of multiple change, and so that's the only really consistent thing in life. And the universe is coming in here and saying to you, hey Scorpio, don't try to get comfortable at this time. Keep moving forwards. If you stay here where you are, you're just going to stay in this energy of feeling apathetic, bored, dissatisfied. When you keep moving, when you keep traveling, when you keep expanding, that's where you're going to find happiness. When you keep moving forwards within your own journey, treat your life as an adventure. You're already protected. You're already spiritually being looked after. Treat your life like an adventure. Take cunning actions away from your own mind, of like your mind trying to deceive you, betray you, trick you, lying to you, in terms of moving away, and keep moving away from your own journey. Treat your life as an adventure and be very confident that your life is an adventure and that you're living it. You need to treat your life like an adventure, because that's what we all are here doing. We're having an adventure, but we get caught up in man-made concepts. Money is a man-made concept, structure, all of these things that we live by today is all man-made concepts. Nature is actually intended, life is actually intended to be very free. Food, fishes, everything is out there in the open, but men have come along and put boundaries everywhere, have put quite literally boundaries everywhere, and say, well, this is my food and I'm going to sell this to you, and this is mine, and but everything is intended to be free. Life is meant to be a lot more different to the life we know now. This is why we're not able to communicate with animals anymore. This is why we, like a lot of humans and animals, that are no longer able to communicate, because we don't know what nature is anymore. To be honest with you, I know for a fact that we can talk to animals and animals can talk back to us. I used to walk a cat to a shop. Imagine, I used to walk a cat to the shop, not on a leash, just like it would run. I would be like, you want to go shop? Meow, meow, meow. And it would run like a little kid, and I would tell it to sit outside the shop, and it would sit there like a dog. And I'd say, okay, let's go. And she would run off, like a little kid again. So they understand us. And the reason we don't understand them anymore is because we're not connected to nature anymore. We're not connected to even our own natures. Because there's so much, the word that's coming to mind is the bastardization of the human nature. That's what's happened here over time. Men have really tried to control how we feel, how we experience life. And it's an amalgamation. It's like a abomination that we've become. It's like what I like to say. But you need to move away from this sort of mindset of like that you need to be like everybody else around you. That's what the Matrix is, to be honest with you. What everybody else is doing around you. Just focus on your journey, your adventure, because you're the only one that can live your life. No one can live your life for you, and no one can steal your life from you, to be honest with you. You have to live your life. And the advice is just to take cunning actions away from your own mind. Your mind is trying to trick you. Your mind is trying to throw doubt, indecision, trying to make you avoidant to your own journey. And the advice is here, you move away from anything conflicting. Take cunning actions away from your own mind, so that you don't get filled with regret of being in this position for too long. And you're gonna, and this is happening here between Wednesday and Friday, where you're noticing your own mindset of like doing this, where you're sabotaging yourself, and you're saying, do you know what, I'm gonna change the way I look at myself and the way I view. And this goes back to the channel of you changing the way you look at things. But you're changing the way you look at things because you're saying that those parts that I've removed from myself over the last 6 months shouldn't have an influence on me moving forwards. I should be the only one influencing myself, and I'm going to connect to my heart. and ask my heart questions. And the way you do that, you probably do if you've seen me, is you just ask your heart a question. Heart, should I do this? Yes or no? You feel it. You don't let the brain answer. If the brain answers, it tries to change it. Well, it will. It will change the answer of your heart. So you try to feel it rather than think of it. So when you ask your heart a question, ask your heart a question. Heart, should I do this? How should I do that? If you feel in your heart a heaviness, it means a no. If you feel a lightness, it means yes. So this is what's going on here. I feel you're healing at this time here between Wednesday and Friday, healing a mindset of yours, coming out of this sort of feeling that you need to be at that position right now that you wanted to be. Why you're not at that position? Like you're changing your perspective and saying, no, this is an adventure. This is like a voyage that I'm on. And this is the beauty of it. Like this is not just the beauty of it, but this is where you find happiness. This is where you find that you feel alive by going through the journey rather than being at the destination. So anyway, jumping into Friday to Sunday, you're in this energy of the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands here is a card of victory. And what you're victorious against is your own truth, your own honesty, your own empathy for yourself. And from a place of truth, this is what coming back to the channel, is you're finally seeing this part within yourself of that, what I was saying in the channel, that rose. You're seeing this rose, you're seeing this lock. You're first of all seeing the lock. You're getting the key and you're like, where does this key go? And you're getting this key here between Wednesday and Friday when you're going through this energy of changing your mindset. You're given this key by the universe, and as you get this key, you're like, where the hell does this go? And then between Friday and Sunday, you're going, oh, this is it. So you're seeing here between Friday and Sunday this part within yourself that has been locked away, this part of yourself that's connected to love, your romantic heart, should I say, has been locked away by you because of hurt, because of conflict, because of situations. And so the 10 of Wands here is, he's the wand maker, and he has this grand battle with an evil wizard. So the evil wizard he comes across, and he's a very powerful evil wizard. He's the most powerful actually. And he comes across the wand maker and he scoffs at him, he laughs at him, and he goes, there's no such thing as a good wand maker. Wands can only be used for evil. And he goes, I'm going to teach you better. I'm going to school you, basically. And so they have this grand battle, and they end up destroying the whole city, which has been happening to you, I feel like, for a while now. Where it's just like you feel like things have been in your life have been destroyed, particularly the last 6 months. But your inner world has been really shaken up. It's really changed a lot. And so they have this grand battle, and sorry, this is not the 10 of Wands, this is the 9 of Wands. I'm saying the 10 of Wands. Sorry, it is the 9 of Wands. And they go through this grand battle anyway, and at the end of it, the wand maker is victorious, and he feels very fatigued, very battle weary. He's a wounded warrior, but he's also resilient. And so you're recognizing yourself as this sort of wounded warrior here, that you've been through so much conflict within your life, so much chaos, and you've had to defeat like this evil side of you. Is what I like this. The evil wizard is a part of you that has been sabotaging you, that you're clearing off here between Wednesday and Friday. This part of you that has been telling you things where it's like, you need to be in this position, you need to be able, like everybody else, like again connected to the matrix. This is basically where you're having this victory over this evil wizard. And so between Friday and Sunday, you're feeling like this wounded warrior. You can see he's holding on to this wand here. He's victorious, but he's injured. You can see his head is injured as well. And it's quite interesting because it's wrapped around. I'm seeing it in my mind's eye as it wrapped around his third eye. So you're not able to perceive illusions very easily at this time, and you're not sure if what you're going through is an illusion. So you're not really sure like how things are going in your life, but nonetheless you're victorious here. And you're now in your truth. You can see here she's cut off this head, and I'm seeing like that's the head of that part of you that you're cutting off here. And so you're in your truth now from a place, and you have a lot more of a strong mind. You're very strong-minded. You're not going to allow something like this to happen to you moving forwards, where you're sabotaging yourself from within. And this is a form of sabotage because by you not living your life and journeying in your own life, you're staying in one position, and it's making you feel upset, it's making you feel hurt, and it's by you not taking action, not going, and not, this is not in the physical, this is within your own mind space, within your spirituality, within your spiritual self, of taking action towards what you desire from life, is by you saying, let me just stay where I am because it's comfortable. Let me just stay up against this tree and stay comfortable where I am because, I want to be comfortable at this time. But again, the only thing in life that is consistent is change, and change is most of the times uncomfortable. So that's something that you should try to get used to, try to train yourself to get used to change, because change isn't a bad thing. Change, I feel like the more change you go through, the more better changes come about, if that makes sense. So sometimes when you start going through changes, they feel bad, but as you keep going through changes, they start to become good changes, good changes, good changes. When you start rejecting changes, then the bad change, it comes in very, very, very strong. Like the energy builds up. So you're figuring this out here, that this part of you was locked away, and let's see if you're unlocking it. Yeah, the universe is helping you do this. So it's like here, yeah. So you're finding your love here. You're finding out that it's locked away here, and this is you kind of coming up here and freeing and unlocking. This is your love. This is your romantic heart, this woman, and so it's like you're freeing yourself here from this lock, whatever this is inside of you. You're freeing yourself, and the universe here is helping you very strongly. The universe is passing you universal laws, and it's helping you. The universe is really helping you at this time to free yourself. And you can see, not just you have a sword, but the universe also has a sword in helping you in this situation, in freeing yourself from this room, from removing this lock, and you reconnecting to this part of you that's very, very, very important. So this part of you is like an undercurrent. This part of you is like something that really influences how you live your life in totality. By you rejecting and removing this side of you, it's created a massive void within your energy. The decisions and choices you make haven't led to your growth in regards to, just generally speaking. Like you've made little progress from where you've started, and the reason is because this part of you was locked away. This is the part of you that makes you different from everybody else. This is that part you're reconnecting with here. This is a very, very important part that you need to be in touch with, and that you need to reconnect with, and it's happening here for you. You've gained a lot of skills, is what I'm seeing, over the years. But you've not made a lot of progress from where you started. Not the type of progress that you desire. Like I say, luxury is in your future. Living a life of pleasure, living a life of abundance, or living a life of independence is all in your future, and the universe is pushing you in that way at this time. But you're having to reconnect first to this part of you that separates you from everybody else, that makes you unique. Otherwise, it's just like you're another, I'm saying, like grass. They're just like grass, like everybody else. There's so much grass strands out there, When you go into a field, all the grass looks the same. That's what it's like. It's like you're like a grass at the moment. But because you've locked away this part of you that's meant to turn you into this beautiful rose, and you're turning into a white rose after, so you're feeling very pure. The red, I think the red and the pink is connected to your innocence, your youth, like when you were young, like your, not innocence, but like when you were innocent, when you were young, when you were like ambitious, very, very, very ambitious, very, very forward, very ambitious, and very forward thinking, not forward, but forward thinking, and very ambitious. So this is what this color is representative of, and that is transforming, because once you've unlocked it, it's matching your age. Not to say you're old or whatever, but it's matching you now because of your experience that you've gone through. And so it's turning into this beautiful white rose, which also has golden specks around it, which the other one didn't have. So there we go. Not golden specks, but golden, like little bits of light. They look like fairy dust almost. That's the best way I can describe it. Fairy dust, golden fairy dust. So let's see what your challenge is for this week. So your challenge this week is an opportunity. Taking this opportunity, recognizing this opportunity as a gift, as an opportunity for wealth, for abundance. So you can see here they got roses around this thing, this opportunity, and this opportunity is this lock and this key that you're unlocking. These roses are gonna lead to. So this rose that you're unlocking, it's quite interesting. There's roses here, but it's like this rose is gonna be something that's gonna help you live a life of wealth, live a life of abundance. You're not seeing the fact that you need to reconnect with this part of yourself as something that is gonna be that is a gift for you from the universe, that is a blessing from the universe. Like you're kind of like dismissing it. You're having difficulty walking away from letting go of past behaviors, past things that have disappointed you, things that have abandoned you, where you felt abandoned, like you have it, and this is from your own self mostly rather than other people, like where you've abandoned yourself, like you're trying to hold on to this narrative, the old narrative. This is just the challenge. This is just the challenge for you here. So your own self is like blocking you from, and I feel like it's this part of you that doesn't want to go. It's this part of you that wants to maintain its, because it feeds off your energy. You know, this sort of part of you that's putting you into this energy of saying, oh, we're bored, we're apathetic, we're dissatisfied. Like, well, why am I dissatisfied with life? It's not actually you. It's this part of you that's telling you that you should be dissatisfied because you're not where you want to be. It feeds off of your energy. It's your own mindset that you've given energy to. It's a part of you. It's an energy form that you've given energy to, and so it's trying to trick you and say this is not an opportunity of you unlocking this lock that's where the rose is, because that's just a weakness. That's something that's gonna make you open to problems. It's gonna give you disadvantages. It's a disadvantage, basically. That's what it's gonna tell you. And so you're having difficulty seeing that this is the universe really coming in very strongly and giving you justice. And I think justice very strong here, and you're having a hard time recognizing it and a hard time like walking away from abandoned success, abandoned things that are abandoning you, disappointing you, and this is gonna make you feel very unfulfilled, very by you listening to this thing rather than taking cunning actions away from it. By you listening to it, it's gonna take away your material happiness here, because you're gaining some kind of material happiness here by going through what you're going through. And I feel like very strongly that you will be having some kind of major money coming in here between Monday and Wednesday, but this is for moving forwards, that your dreams are coming true. Your dreams are coming true, that you're going to continue finding fulfillment, abundance, contentment. So this is really going to affect this. It's just going to be like by you tapping into this energy of doubt, of not even doubt, but just looking at this thing as a weakness, as something that is gonna hinder you. It's gonna affect your material happiness. It's gonna affect your dreams coming true. It's gonna affect you, like in a big way. Like I said, this is the part of you that you need to be different, from everybody else. This is that part of you that you've locked away. And again, this ties back into your theme for the week of the Hangman, of you're being in a pause this week. You're being intentionally put in this pause for the whole week, so that you can gain this perspective before anything damaging happens to you, so that you become in a state of where your material happiness is affected and you feel upset as a result. So let's pull out your outcome given all of this energy and see what the outcome of this reading would be. A beautiful outcome. So your outcome here is you're gonna not shy away from being practical and honest with yourself about what's going on within your life. You're not gonna shy away from um, what you're experiencing, what you're being guided towards. You're taking charge like a bull. You're like raging forward, not raging, but like you're taking charge of yourself, and not being afraid to look at your situation and be like, if I'm going through this, I'm not going to run away from it. I'm going to go through it, be hardworking. I'm going to be very productive within my own self, within my own journey. I'm no longer going to take a backseat ride within my own life, within my own journey through life. I am going to be productive. I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to invest and plan in whatever that I have been investing in, planning in, because my success is unfulfilled at this time. I haven't gotten to where I want to get to because I've not taken an active part within my own journey. And so you're going to be saying, do you know what, I'm going to be productive and hardworking to whatever this new thing is, this whatever before the week begins, you're going to know what this is. And you're going to be planning and investing. You're going to start investing in whatever this is, understanding that you will need to persevere, but you will receive material success from the universe. The universe will bless you. So you're embracing this hangman energy that you're in and surrendering the part of you that needs to be surrendered, so that the way can be illuminated for you to where the sun is rising, where your happiness is, and so that you can continue down your path. And you can see these wolves here welcoming you here, as you're so you might have some spirit guides here that are connected to wolves, is what I'm seeing. And so, or gods, I'm seeing Anubis here, and you're connected to Anubis, you have a connection to Anubis, and you're on your path here and recognizing that the way's becoming illuminated for you because you've allowed yourself, you're embracing this hangman energy. You can't see it here, but there's a rainbow down here. So, at the end of the rainbow, they say there's a pot of gold, and the pot of gold here is in this situation is like this wealth of energy, wealth of understanding that you're gaining here by being in this energy. You're gaining your truth here. And I'm seeing that the rainbow is also the 7 colors and the 7 colors of the chakra. So it's kind of here where you're, by being in this energy, is aligning your 7 chakras, is what I'm seeing, which is going to really help you moving forwards. And so you're surrendering this side of yourself because you're saying, this is where my stagnancy has been coming from, and by you doing so, surrendering it, it's illuminating the way for you. It's heightening your intuition, and it's not, and the illumination is not just illuminating the way for you, but it's cutting through anything that will be coming into your life in the future that is an illusion that is trying to trick you. You're going to be able to see through situations very easily. You're going to be able to get through situations very easily, and this is going to put you into this energy of the Empress, of being able to receive nurturing energy, feeling nurtured just in general, and being able to connect to nature's abundance, your own abundance. Like I was saying before, like without nature, that we've lost connection with nature. You're going to be very connected to nature here moving forwards, and being able to receive downloads from the universe, receive blessings from the universe, because you're in this position of receiving. You're going to gain strength there, is what I'm seeing in the physical world, in terms of how you live and how you go about things. The universe is going to bless you to be able to to live and to experience life in a more pleasant way than what you have, because this is your path. So, and you're going to be very connected as well to your own nature, very, very connected to your nature in general. You're someone that's very connected to nature, is what I'd like to say. Moving forward, you should spend more time in parks. I don't know if you've seen, I posted a video recently about going to the parks. It's the one with the moon on it. Have a look at it. It's a good time to head back to the parks and head into nature and spend time in nature as much as you can, because the longer we stay out of nature and the longer we stay in around technology and machineries and stuff, we start to gain leakages, and we start to have more problems, and we gain less clarity, and we're not able to go through situations as effectively. by you spending more time in nature is going to particularly help you. Here's what I'm seeing: you're going to be able to tap into nature's abundance and use that to help heal you in whichever way you need to, as well as you just feeling nurtured in general. Like in this nurturing energy is very important for you. You're going to be in this energy anyway. I'm seeing like a golden aura around you that's going to be protective of you as you're going through this. Like you can see here, he's got this golden aura around his head. This golden aura by the end of this week is going to be all around you. So I'm going to leave your reading here. If you did like the reading, leave me a like, comment, subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal reading, my website is down in the description. Other than that, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you soon.